Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about the new holiday collection from Lisa Eldridge. So I didn't buy everything, of course, but I did pick up the new liquid Lurex shades, all three of them in the little set. I picked up two of the new limited edition glosses and then one of the lipstick, the limited edition red one. So I'm going to try on everything for you, do lip swatches, eye swatches, do some comparisons to some other Lisa Eldridge products, and just give you my thoughts and opinions now that I've had this stuff for a little bit. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Colin. I'm a non-binary Latinx scientist and lover of makeup, and I have a particularly soft spot for sparkly indie makeup and high-end and luxury makeup, and I tend to make pretty analytical videos. I try really hard just to make thoughtful, helpful videos, and I normally have at least one video up a week, so I'd really love to have you subscribe. Okay, so like I said, I did spend a decent amount, but I bought a lot of the collection, but not all of it. I picked up two of the lip glosses, and spoiler, I already want another one of this. I picked up the three liquid Lurex shades, and then I picked up one of the lipsticks, the limited edition orangey red one. So it is Halloween weekend. As you can see by the pile of candy I bought myself over there, and I'm just hanging out at home. I have had these for a little bit. They came while I was recovering from surgery. If this is your first video, I just had septoplasty and a tonsillectomy at the same time. And so my throat's still a little sore, still having a little trouble talking, and so it's taken me a little while to get this video done because it came while I was recovering and not playing with makeup. And then now I've been playing with it for a little while now that I've had it for like a week or so and can use makeup again and can talk again. So happy to finally sit down and talk about these products. So there was a lot in this holiday collection, but a lot of it was gift sets of existing products, which I think are great. Like you can get one that has like a liquid eyeshadow that I think it was Cressida, I already have, and then her mascara and her eyeliner and like little sets like that. I think those, if you're interested in those products, they're really worth it. You do get a discount, and her mascara is my favorite mascara, I think. I'm not wearing it now because I don't have a tube of it right now, but it is my favorite mascara. Her cleanser is my favorite cleanser, both for removing makeup and just day to day, and I use it as a mask all the time. I'm on my second or third bottle of it. Really love the cleanser. And there's a set where you can get like a headband to hold your hair back, which is really cute. They also make really nice gifts. I did buy last year's cleanser set with the towels and stuff for my best friend as one of her presents. So there's all of that, and I'll have everything linked down below. But I picked up the newer products that spoke to me. This is the Mirror Ball Eye Set. So this is all three of the new shades in the liquid Lurex. These are not limited edition, but the set is, and the set is a discount. You do save like $10 or $8 or something by buying the set. So I did do that. Plus I love the artwork they did. I might keep this box and use it for something. I don't really keep a lot of boxes, but I really like the artwork. And then there were three lip glosses. I did wait to order like by a day or so, and the set for these sold out, which is fine. I was gonna give the bright pink one to my best friend anyway. So I just bought the two that I was interested in. There is a bright pink sparkly shade. That is not something I will really ever wear, so I did not buy that. But I did buy Kensington Plum and Chameleon Chaos. Yes, Chameleon Chaos. I have worn both of these. I really like them. I really like Kensington Plum, and I will probably be buying another bottle of this to have on hand. I love this lip gloss formula. It's one of my favorites, like top two maybe favorite lip gloss. I have a few other shades. There's a bunch I want. I really love this. And these are a sparkly version, and they're very pretty. I will do lip swatches of these. And then the last thing I bought is the limited edition lipstick shade. So there are two new additions to her Rouge Experience lipsticks. I do have the case. I left it in the other room. But I do have the case, really like it. It has Ashes of Roses in it, I think right now, which is my go-to shade in that. I do have like 6 of the shades now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This might be my 7th. Really love the formula, really like the case. It's great, but you can also use them by themselves. The other one is more of a pinky mauve that I know I will not use or wear, and I don't think will look good against my undertone, so I did only pick up this one, but a red, especially an orangey red, is my favorite. And this is supposed to have a little bit of sparkle to it. It is pretty subtle though. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start with the lip swatches and then we'll get into the application of the eyeshadows and comparisons. I do have most of my makeup on already. I am wearing mostly the Lisa Eldridge products because they're my go-tos, but it also felt fitting for the video. So I'm wearing the Kosas mascara because I don't have Lisa's mascara right now. I have a few open that I bought or got in PR, like this one, that I want to use up before I buy another one from Lisa, but it is probably my favorite mascara. I am wearing both Phoebe and Gaia of her liquid eyeshadows as the base for my eyes, a little bit of my Surratt brow gel in, and then I used her liquid highlighter, which is almost gone. I'm going to need another bottle of soon, all over the sides, high points up here, a little on the tip of my nose. Use that as a glowy base. And then I put a little bit of her foundation on around my nose and around my jawline mostly, because you can see there's a little bit of redness there. I didn't do a thick layer. I tend to wear it in pretty thin layers so that it looks more undetectable, and in person you can't really see it. I've actually been told, like when I've said I'm wearing the foundation I'm wearing is my favorite or something to someone. I mean, I've had people when I'm wearing this be like, wait, you're wearing foundation? Like I can't see it. So I like it in a thin layer buff to even complexion. And then I have a little bit of my House Labs concealer because I don't have a liquid concealer from Lisa yet. Although I do think concealer is what I wear most days in general. No foundation, just concealer. So excited to see when Lisa launches one. And then a little bit of the Mario bronzer, the liquid bronzer. Just add a little warmth. And then I used one of her liquid lipstick shades in Velveteen Affair as blush, which I tend to use the liquid lipsticks as blush a lot because she doesn't have blushes out right now. Really like the way my complexion looks. Set everything with the Charlotte Tilbury powder. There's still like still some glow from the highlighter, but the right amount of coverage, not too much, not too little. I love my complexion today, and this is why I use these products so much, and a lot of them are almost gone. Okay, so I'm gonna do lip swatches of the glosses and the lipstick, and then we'll put on the eyeshadow. Or then I'll do comparisons, then we'll do the eyeshadows. So the first shade I'm gonna put on is Chameleon Chaos. This is more vibrant, and you can see it is a shifty gloss. It looks gold, it looks orange, it looks a little pinky red. It's very pretty and very sparkly. Really like this formula. It feels like a lip gloss lip mask hybrid. It's very nourishing, and I wear it all the time. Really like this color. So it looks super sparkly in the tube, and I would say up close in the light I do see some sparkle, but overall the sparkle is blending in really nicely, and you're just getting kind of a nice wet sheen to the lips. I think that's even more so with the other one. This one I do see some sparkle, especially if I build it up. It's very smooth. You don't feel the sparkle at all. I really, really like it. I might buy a backup of both of these. This is one I'm not gonna wear every day, like Kensington Plum, which I've worn to work a bunch this last week, but I do really like both. Not sure what I'll wear in the end of the video, but this is Chameleon Chaos. It's really, really pretty. Okay, felt like a shame to wipe that off. This is Kensington Plum. And yeah, I might, when I'm done filming, go buy another one of these. It's just so pretty. It does have some sparkle in it again, and you do see it up close in person. But overall, it's just the perfect kind of plummy brown nude. And I think if you're not like right next to me, seeing the sparkle, if you were like on camera or, you know, in the same room as me, but not right next to me, it mostly just gives a really pretty wet sheen to it. That's just Really lovely. So this is Kensington Plum. I really like it. You can build it up a little bit more, but like, they're just so pretty. And they work well over lip liner and stuff too if you want a little more bold, but. Okay, and then last is the lipstick shade. I don't remember the name of this, but I will have it linked down below. This is number 192. I don't know why it has numbers on the bottom. I wish they said the actual shade name instead of the shade number, but it is a beautiful red. I have Velvet Ribbon in the same formula, and I'll do a swatch comparison, but this is my favorite tone of red, so I had to get this. Like, no questions, this was gonna be one of my purchases. This formula is really pretty. It's a really hydrating, soft satin formula, and this shade has some sparkle to it. So I'm going to swipe that on. It's so creamy. It's so bright. This is supposed to be a tomato red, which I definitely agree with. And I think like I have one other lipstick that's kind of a red with sparkle in it for both of them, but especially this one, like you can kind of see that sparkle there, but the pearl in it, more specifically pearl versus sparkle, mostly like if I look really up close, I might see a little bit, but generally it just gives more of a sheen to the lips, which I really like. So they look even more, like just more glossy and shiny because of that pearl. I'm gonna even up my application real quick. Okay, and so that is the red lip. Really like this. Not a perfect application, but I don't really care tonight. If I was going to work, I would use a lip liner and we're going out and make sure I did a very good job, maybe use a lip brush instead, but really love this color. Okay, so let's do some comparisons of this specifically. I don't have any other glosses like these, so I grabbed 4 other reds from Lisa Eldridge to do some comparisons. So I will do these on the back of my hand. So first I will do a little bit of this shade. And like I said, this is number 192. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. And it is supposed to be a tomato red. And I think it's more so in person noticeable or on the lips. And then this is Velvet Ribbon in the same formula. There is also, not Velvet, just Ribbon. Velvet Ribbon is the matte version. I do not have that. And this is a classic blue base red. And I think you'll see it looks a lot more pink on me, and you'll see how much warmer and more tomatoey the new one is once you see them side by side. So you can see the blue in there versus that kind of orange yellow tomato. So this almost looks pink in comparison. I do think I like this kind of a shade better as a matte, so I do want to get Velvet Ribbon. And then I don't have Velvet Dragon, but I do have Velveteen Dragon, which is technically the same shade. And it is obviously a very orange red. So I wanted to show that so you can see how much warmer and more orange it is. And there is Dragon. This is my personal favorite tone. I still need Velvet Dragon because it's so perfect. Love this shade. I love this shade as a blush as well. But this kind of orange is definitely my go-to. And then I grabbed Velvet Cinnabar and Velvet Morning. So Velvet Morning is discontinued, but in case you already own it, you can compare. So I will do Velvet Morning right here. I do not have Strawberry Shock, which is would be another good one to compare. And you can see there is Morning, and it's still a little more orange red than this. You can see when it's not directly being shined on, you can see a little bit more of that tomato undertone, and then when the light hits it, it looks a little different because it's a satin, because it's got that pearl to it. So if you look, the most orange, still more orange, and then this really does look like a tomato when you see it like that. And then the last one I have in a similar tone from Lisa is Cinnabar, which is of course a redder, earthier red. It is This and Meet Me in Berlin are my two favorite lipsticks. And then there is Cinnabar, so you can see a lot more brown in there. It's kind of like you took Dragon and added brown. So those are the reds. So we've got the new limited edition shade, the tomatoey red, Ribbon, Dragon, Morning, Cinnabar. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I'm gonna go wash my hand and then we'll get into the eyeshadows. Okay, so I'm back and I wiped off that. I do have some stain in my hand, but that'll go away by tomorrow. Probably even tonight when I wash my face, I'll use the cleanser on my hand versus just regular soap. And then I put Kensington Plum back on and I'm looking at myself in this little mirror. And like I said, yeah, I do see, if I look up close, I do see like pink and gold pearl. But if even like from back here, I'm not really seeing like this far away. I'm not really seeing sparkle. It just looks glossy and like an extra special sheen. So as soon as I'm done filming, I'm buying another one of these. My cleanser's low too. I'll buy another cleanser. Okay, so now time to talk about the 3 new liquid Lurex. I also have 3. I have 6 others, but I grabbed 3 to do some comparisons with. You can buy them all individually. These are not supposed to be limited editions as far as I know. They are permanent extensions of the line. So you can always buy one later if you want or get them for Christmas or something. So the first shade I'm gonna talk about is Rosalie, which is described as a light muted warm peachy rose. In some of the promos, it looked really pink and in some it looked peach. And I do see a lot of pink when I look at it, but I have had a liquid eyeshadow that from the original House Labs brand from Amazon that's long dried out and discontinued. That was a similar color to this, and if I wore it with neutrals, like warm brown neutrals like this, maybe a little bit built up, and I put this over it, it was a very nice kind of glam but everyday look that I always got a lot of compliments on. So I had to see if this compared and try it out. This shade is Celine. This is the one I'm most excited about, unsurprisingly. And this is a tarnish rich Viridian green pewter. So you can definitely see the light reflecting some of that green. And when I put it like next to the silver, you can see a lot of that green come through. Love that it's a pewter, love a pewter. The other shade that I have from her that is a kind of olivey pewter is Anais. So I do have that to do comparisons. And then the last shade is Aria, which is a light, vibrant, pure silver. And this one is a little more sparkly and a little less base pigment. So it's a nice topper, really pretty. So I will probably use all 3. I'm gonna start with this, build up to this to add some smoke, and then we'll add this on top so you can kind of see all of them. But first I will do swatches. I meant to do swatches while I said the names. So this is Rosalie. You can see there's that kind of rose base, but there is a good amount of peach to this too. It's gonna look a little more pink on me because of the olive in my skin, I think. Things that could be pink tend to go really pink. But I do see peach in it, especially in the reflect. This is Celine. Really like this. I do kind of wish it was just a little bit smokier. So you can see that pewter gray, but there is green to it, especially in person. I see a lot of like a green undertone. There is a sparkly black shade she has and a sparkly brown that I've had on my list forever. And I just bought these and I just bought some other stuff at Sephora, so I don't need to buy any more eyeshadow right now. But those two, I think it's like Zara and Liza. I need them. And so if I do like a quick swatch, you can see that you can shear it out and see through it and just get sparkle. But you can also build it up and then it's just a really blinding silver. And I think seeing Aria and Celine next to each other pulls out the green a lot because of how bright and silver that is. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Rosalie. Love this formula, wear it all the time. I do have to use an eye primer underneath. I normally just put the NARS eye primer down, or I'll put one of the matte liquid matte shades down. And then it lasts all day, budge proof, but I do need, because I have really oily eyelids, I do need to use a little bit of a base. I use this bronzer compact again. And I'm just gonna put a little in the center of my eye. Really like it. These blend out with a finger or a brush. I'm gonna use my finger. I do have a brush here if I want. And you can see it's a little less, especially with my finger tapping it into the browns, it becomes a little less pink and pulls more peach, and then just looks like this beautiful wet gloss to the lid. It's so pretty. And then if you build up a little bit more in the crease, like a little bit of a sculpt, perfect everyday shade. Really, really love it. You can obviously build it up and have it be a little bit more intense, but this is how I like it. Quick, easy, makes my eye look bigger this way. It's just so pretty. I love this formula so much. They're very smoothing and soothing on the lids, just like the matte liquid shadow she has. Those are very smoothing. And I just love them. I wear Phoebe all the time. I think it's almost gone. And then they're just so pretty. And if you don't have oily eyelids like me, like I know a lot of people who don't need an eye primer with them. Bean is now snoring, so you might hear her little groans. Really love this. So like I said, this is Rosalie. Really, really like it as an everyday shade. I'm glad these are not limited edition. Next, I'm gonna pick up a little Celine and I'm gonna build on top of it. I'm actually using a brush for this. It's just a flat Sigma brush that I've had for years. And I'm gonna put that on top. I'm gonna start out here and see what I want. No, I'm just gonna do the whole lid. If you don't put it over the other shade, obviously it'll look slightly different. You can see that swatch, but even over the other, because Rosalie's so light, it just looks so pretty. It does pull very pewter. I do want, when I wear something like this, a little bit more depth on the outer corner, so that's why the Liza shade would be nice, but I can also just put a matte there in the structure, or put a little bit of liner. Her eyeliner is my favorite pencil liner of all time, so putting a little bit of the brown or the black shade or something right up there and buffing that out works perfectly fine. So you can see them side by side. This just blends in and it's so pretty. And this is just a beautiful pewter. It's a little smoky, but not like too much. I've worn it to work. I like wearing stuff like this to work. It's not smoky. And they just blend and layer so well. Okay, so that is Celine all over. Absolutely love it. And then yeah, I need to get Liza, which is black. And I feel like if there's like maybe one like a little bit between, like a dark gray, that'd be nice. Okay, although I'm sure Liza can blend out to one. This eye is already dry. This eye is drying. Feels a little more wet right now. This one I feel nothing. This one feels like wet and drying. This one already dry, feel nothing. And then last but not least, a little bit of Aria for some extra sparkle so you can see that. I'm just gonna put that right in the center. And then I'm just gonna use the same brush. I could use my finger. I'm gonna tap it in and it just adds a little bit of sparkle. If you do it all over, obviously, you can get a blinding metallic silver. I don't really want that right now, or most days. But if you just tap a little on, or use your finger to tap it on, you just get kind of more sparkle, more reflection. It's just a really pretty topper in a light layer. Yeah, I think I like that better with my finger. Okay, I hope that's noticeable in camera. It is not drastically different, but it does add a little bit of brightness, and I definitely see more twinkle and glitter and sparkle. I just love these so much. Okay, so I grabbed 3 shades. I would probably also want to compare this to, I think it's like Emma or something, but I don't have that. There's a couple more neutral nude shades that I don't have that I would like to get one of these days. but they look a little more neutral to me, but I don't have those to compare. So I did grab Titania, Daphne, and Anise, because, I mean, this will show you how relatively cool these are, because this is really warm, this is very green, and this is another kind of green pewter shade, but like warmer and a little more bronze. So this is Anise, and I will put that right here. It's gonna pull even more green and a little less gray. So you can see it's like that green bronze, and it makes this look so much more gray, green, cool. This is a lot warmer. Love these. I've worn this one a lot. Made a decent dent in it. Not as big as my dent that is in Daphne, which is olive green, and I absolutely adore. And you can see once you put like a true olivey green there with that green gold, this looks even more bronze and less green, like it pulls the focus of the green away. Kind of like how putting the silver on next to this made it look more green. And then last is Titania, which is not at all similar, but does have a little bit of that antique bronze to it. And then I think I just rounded it out that way. And then there's Titania, so you can see how warm that is comparatively. Now this looks even cooler. Okay, love these shades, love this formula. Okay, so that is everything that I got from the holiday collection. Zero disappointment. Really love every shade and every product that I got. So I'd love to know, have you ordered anything from the collection yet? Or are you hoping to get any of it for the holidays? Like, I'd love to know what you think, especially if you did pick it up or are planning on it. Let me know what you think of how it looks on the skin, all of that. Love to talk to y'all in the comments below as always. And as always, thank you so much for watching, especially if you got to the end. Remember to like and subscribe, it makes a huge difference, and I will see you all in my next video.